Hello and welcome back to Strong Woman High's Life is a Mishmash. Today we have a very special guest joining us. We have Misha Lilley. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thanks for being on, mate. So, do you want to give a brief elevator pitch introduction, who you are, what you're all about to the pod?
Okay, without stuttering, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Should be fine.
Okay, so as you all know, I am Misha Lilley. I'm trying to be a strong woman athlete and reach top tier. I'm also a mum, I'm a wife, I'm a housekeeper, I'm a carer. Yeah, we'll
The
go
list
from there.
goes on. The
Yeah.
list goes on and on. Nah, I love it. When did you start doing Strong Woman then?
So it started in 2022.
Nice.
So kind of during COVID,
Yeah.
during the COVID, or as it was starting, I think. Yeah, we kind of did a competition in Grantham. It was one of those things we see online, and we just kind of went, do you know what? Should we give it a go? And we were like, yeah, okay, let's give it a go. I had no training, so didn't even know what to expect. We turned up. We'd actually come back from a holiday with the kids, and we just dove in
Nice.
as you do. It's just as you do. And yeah, I won that competition, and then from then, like, we fell in love with it, and the rest is history. And now we're just trying to gradually progress and go up the ladder a little bit.
Hell yeah. Is that you and your husband that have done it together then?
Yeah, yeah.
Class.
He's Go on.
What's your previous experience then? Have you got like weightlifting backgrounds or like strength training backgrounds or anything like that?
So we've trained. Obviously, he has more experience in training anyway. I kind of started when I was around 18, but that was just like I was your typical gym goer. Oh, we have to be thin and treadmill, no weights, no nothing. And then yeah, I just carried on doing that. Then me and my husband met, and he was like, "Oh, have you ever thought about lifting some weights?" And I was kind of like, "No, because I don't want to be big."
Yeah.
It was that kind of, no. And he was like, "Let's just give it a go." So at first we were just kind of training like powerlifting kind of style. There was no, like, we didn't go to competitions or anything. We didn't, or powerlifting competitions. And then I think the first competition we did, it was actually a powerlifting comp, and that was at Grantham as well. And he won in his category, and I came second in my category. And yeah, and then that's when the strongman competition came about, and we were like, oh, should we just, for fun, for a laugh, like we got nothing to lose. And it's just kind of stemmed from there, really. So I was the typical gym goer. He's always been a gym freak.
Yeah.
So obviously he knows his stuff a lot more than what I did back then. And yeah, we've just kind of grown together. So
Class. I love that. It's like it's good as well to have that like support of like getting into the
yeah,
gym. It's cool that he was like, yeah, come on, let's go and lift some weights. Like, I will.
yeah,
And then you've both like got this strongman journey now together. It's cool as
yeah.
fuck. That I love it.
So,
Class. Right. Well, let's just get straight into the meat and potatoes then. So, what has been your strong woman high?
oh, strong woman high. Oh, there's so many, from competitions to meeting new people. It's so hard for me to like pick out like what is like the best moment. I think all of it, just a
Yeah.
combination of everything and learning from all the women that I've met through competitions. So yeah, I think my strong woman high would just have to be all of it.
The whole journey, everything
The
about
whole
it.
journey. Yeah, I mean, from injuries to recovery to training. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do moan when I get to a certain point of training, but it's still a high for me because I'm still learning and I'm still new to the whole journey, like the whole strong woman part. So,
Absolutely. What's been your like? What have been your competitions that you've done so far then, and then what are your goals?
oh God, so I've done quite a few competitions. Oh, you're gonna make me think now. I don't like thinking too much. We did Royals. I don't know if you've heard of them. They actually recently did a competition in Peterborough, in the centre of Peterborough. So we've done a couple of those. Is it Freaks? Freak
Iron
something?
Freaks.
That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Me and my husband, we actually did a couples competition there. And that is actually where I met Rosie for the first time.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And she's an animal. I absolutely love her. I love watching all her stuff that she puts on. Um, so yeah, I think we came fifth. I can't remember how many people there were, but there was quite a few. Um, God, Grantham. I've done not Asylum. Is it Asylum?
Yeah, the gym in Liverpool.
No, that's the wrong one. Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah, did that one. That was in March time this
Hmm.
year. I did Chaos in January. And yeah, I've done loads. It's too much. I need to actually have a little frame of all the competitions that I've done,
Yeah, so you can
just
keep
to
track
remind.
of them.
Yeah, just to keep track. So I have done quite a few. And I think someone said to me, the more you do them, the better.
Hmm.
Because then if I wanted to take it further, then I've got all that, the local competitions to kind of back me up and go, oh yeah, she has, done
Yeah.
some stuff.
Nah, I'm a big
So
believer in doing multiple comps, like especially in your first couple of years, like the more
yeah,
local and like smaller comps where you're not into like your national pathways. I feel
yeah,
like doing them to gain the experience is so important in this sport, and
yeah.
it makes a
Oh,
massive
100,
difference.
100%. And just to build um your confidence as well.
Yeah,
I'm quite a competitive person, but on the day, I'm shitting myself.
yeah,
It's so strange because I'm like, no, you're not this person. And all of a sudden, it's just like anxiety comes along and just slaps me in the face. And it's, yeah. But then again, it's once you get the first few events out the way, you're all right then.
yeah,
Um, but
absolutely.
yeah, but the goal is to obviously go national. I'd love to get up there. I want to get on the top.
Hell yeah,
Um, and like you said before, having that moral support with my husband, he's probably the only one that's gone, do you know what, you've got something, which is really nice because I'm like, oh, I'm actually good at something.
yeah,
And yeah, so it's nice to have that support, and especially it's a bonus when he does it as well.
yeah.
So yeah, that is the goal, to get national, which I have actually entered into England's in January.
Which one? Oh, the OSG Unbreakables one.
Yeah,
Exciting. Which category are you going into?
I'm going into opens.
Ooh, very exciting.
Yeah, like
Nice.
how you've just reacted. I'm like, oh my God, was this a good idea?
Absolutely, it is, mate. 100%. Yeah, it'll be
So yeah,
class.
I do have a competition in October that I am prepping for, which is at Chaos.
Hmm.
That was actually invitational by Rhiannon herself, which
Nice.
was like really nerve-wracking. It was such a weird how it come about. We just got talking. We waited for everybody to kind of leave so we could kind of speak to her and that, and have just a little bit of a one-to-one. And she turned around to me and she was just like, oh, so when are you going to do your, you need to do a pro class. And I was just like, oh, next year. She was like, no, you need to do one this year. And I was just like, yeah, maybe. And she was like, actually. And she whipped her phone out and she was like, I'm putting you in my pro class in October. And I was like, huh?
Okay.
Come again? And then I looked at my husband and I was just like, oh my God. So yeah,
Class.
I'm doing that one in October.
Yeah, is that Queen of the
So
North?
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
Queen of the North. So I'm yet again shitting myself.
Class.
There are
No,
some,
fine.
I know there are some amazing strong women athletes going there. Hannah, is it Hannah Johnson?
Yeah.
She's one of them, and she's an animal. She's one that I follow.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, I would love to get podium, and obviously the goal is to get podium. I think everybody has that mindset, but
Hmm.
because then you know and you look into it because of social media, you look at other people's lifts and stuff, and you just think, do you know what? I'd be happy with top five. As
Yeah.
long as I get top five, I'm happy with that. Anything more than that is a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's better. It's the best way to do it. Set yourself like goals that you know are like sensibly achievable, and then anything above that, you buzzing, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I love that. How exciting! What an exciting year you've got then.
I know, yeah.
Proper. That's going to be mint. As well, I wanted to ask you because you've got your own gym, haven't you?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that because I was having a look at it on Instagram this morning. It looks sick.
So it all happened when obviously all the gyms had closed due to COVID. And my husband was like, I need a gym. And he was going to go insane. And it was just strange because one day we sat down, we started watching a film, and it was the Elvis film, like the new one that came out. FYI, is rubbish. So he kind of got up and left the room. And I was like, what is he doing? And then he started digging up the garden. And I was
Right?
like, what are you doing? And he was like, we need a gym. I'm like, oh, okay. So you're literally just gonna convert our whole back garden into a gym. He was like, yep. So I was like, okay. So yeah, he dug it up. We got mats. I mean, luckily his dad like works and builds parks. So you know the flooring that comes in there.
Yeah.
So we were quite fortunate. He had a few and gave it to us. And yeah, and it's just kind of grown and grown and grown, and we've never really hit a commercial gym ever again, because
Class.
we literally have everything there.
Yeah.
um, and now because it's such a big thing, and we thought, oh, do you know what, should we do YouTube? So we now do content inside our gym. I'm the face.
Class.
um, and yeah, it's just of me training in our backyard. But it's a lot different when you see it on camera to when you come and visit.
Yeah.
It's people walk in, they're like, oh my God, like you literally have everything. It's just like, yeah, yeah, we do. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was basically down to COVID. If I think if COVID hadn't happened, I don't think our backyard would look like how it is today,
Yeah. Yeah. Class. I
in
love
all
that.
fairness. So
Proper. That's what I
yeah,
like though. Good home setup. Like, there's nothing fucking better, is there? And it like limits
yeah,
any excuse for not training
yeah.
either, though.
Oh,
However,
100%.
I don't. I have a home gym setup, and I will still make millions of excuses never to use it ever. I'm
See,
so terrible.
I got asked that question not so long ago. Like, do you not struggle with motivation to like come out, even though it's in your back garden? Do you like? And I'm like, no. Like, I think because of how it looks, it's a fucking cool gym.
Yeah.
Um, so I think if you make your gym look awesome, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm going to my awesome gym.
Yeah. hundred
Um,
percent.
so they were like, and I said, and it's not only that, because there are days where I think there's many people that can relate where, oh, I don't feel like training, or like I'm tired or whatever. It's not about finding that motivation. It's about having discipline. As long as
Yeah.
you stick to being disciplined. I've kind of gone up and down with like discipline, and it's kind of still like a work in progress for me. So yeah, but having that out in my back garden is just so beneficial for me and my lifestyle because I've got kids and obviously I have the school run. So instead of me having to time it, oh, like I've got to travel 45 minutes max to get to a strongman gym. If not, then
Mm.
I've got to go to one of these horrible commercial gyms
Yeah.
where they don't have really anything that I'm going to be using.
Using. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, the gym is kind of like a lifesaver really in all aspects.
Yeah. It's class that. Where did the name the Hog Pen come from?
Oh, so I obviously didn't come up with it. It was the other half. And he has said if he could change the name now, he would.
Oh
But he was
no.
like, yeah, and then he was like, but we've got a YouTube now, so we gotta kind of stick to it. So the idea he got the idea of like, okay, a bunch of sweaty hogs in a pen. So I'm like, so you calling me a hog? And
Yeah.
he was like, no, 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 no. So he had to rephrase it, and he was just like, well, just look at it like big, strong men, sweaty, lifting heavy stuff, like they're hogs, like hogs are strong. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay, I get it now. So he was like, hog pen. So I was
Yeah.
like, so you're still calling me a hog though?
Yeah, it's like in a nice way, but also
Yeah.
not quite. But I like
Yeah.
the name. I think it's
Yeah, no, do
sick.
you know, it's pretty cool to be fair, because I kind of go, well, you're never gonna find or come across any other gym that's called the Hog Pen. I mean, unless you go to a farm and go, oh yeah, should we go and see the hogs?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
pen, but yeah, that's where it came from,
I think it's a
really.
cool
So
name. I like different out there gym names. Like we've got too many that are all the same, just like aggressive word names. I'm bored of that
yeah,
now. Let's get some cool
yeah.
names going. Hogpen is cool as fuck. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think it grew on me as time went on. I think as our gym got bigger and bigger with equipment and just the layout, and like we've changed where things go. And then I look at it and I'm like, yeah, this is a cool pen. This is
Hell
cool
yeah.
hog pen.
Yeah, class. I fucking love that. No, it's mint. Right, well, let's move on then, ruin this good vibe, and go on to your strong woman lows, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Don't you tell me now that you haven't got any, because I'm sick of hearing this on this podcast.
Strong woman lows. I mean, I know I said like my strong woman highs was like everything. I think that including like recovery from an injury, I would have to
Mm,
say it would be injuries, because I was actually meant to do a competition a couple of years back, and I think it might have been Queen of the North,
mm,
and I'd caused myself a back injury. And I think when I was so invested.
mm,
And when you put in the hard work into training because you want to do good at a competition, and then an injury comes, and it was one of those where I couldn't move. I couldn't even pick my daughter up. Um, yeah. So my strong woman low would be like my injury.
yeah,
Um, it took forever, and then having to start again and work your way up again. It was just it was frustrating, very
mm,
frustrating. So yeah, my back injury was a bummer
yeah.
when that happened.
I think it's always like back. I think injuries in general, it's always going to be a bit of a low point. But I do feel like as you get older into the sport, as in like your training age is increased in the sport, you do like it's still annoying, but you sort of treat them as a little bit more of a blessing. Like I know when I first started training, I injured my back like in 2019 or something, 2020. Um, and I like luckily because it was COVID, I wasn't competing anyway, so it didn't really matter. But not being able to train was like the most infuriating thing ever because all I wanted to do was train strongman. But then when my bicep came off last year, year before, whatever it was, I remember thinking then I was infuriated. Like I was like, "Fuck's sake! Like this again! Like I'm getting set back." But then now looking back at that, I think actually I needed that injury. I needed that injury because strongwoman was overtaking my life at that point, and I had like
Mm,
laser focus on it, and it made me have to take a step back and look at other parts of my life and go, I've got other shit going on, like, and strongwoman is not
yeah,
the most important thing in it. So I do think that injury, like ideal, definitely changes as you get a bit older. There's still always shit, but
yeah,
I was glad of that. I'm glad of that bicep injury now. Whereas that back
yeah,
injury, I'm still like that was a fucking annoying bastard of a thing.
yeah. Yeah, no. So yeah, that would be my strong woman low. It's just my
Yeah.
that back injury. I think I was out for for properly for like a good 6 months working
Mm.
on strength, and I did it on a deadlift as well. So it was like I love deadlifts. And then, struggling to even pick up the bar with no weight on, it was just horrific. And the pain, oh my God. But yeah, we worked on it. And I think that, like you said, having an injury, you kind of have that step back, don't you, where you can kind
Hmm.
of go, right, what's going on the outside that I need to work on. But then as soon as I knew I could start deadlifting properly, I was like, sod that shit, let's carry on.
Fuck the rest of my life. I don't care
Yeah.
about it. This is the
Yeah,
only
let's
important
just
thing.
let's just do this. So yeah, I kind of got straight back into it because I think it was just because it was my favorite event. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I need to. And as time has gone on, like my deadlift has got better and better and better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like, you
class.
will hold up. You will hold up back.
Hell yeah. I'm notoriously part of the bad back club. Like, oh my god, I am the epitome of chronic back pain at this point now. But like having done so much rehab with mine. But yeah, I think out of all of the injuries for me in strongman, backs are the worst,
Yeah.
absolute worst, because it just limits you so much to what you can
Yeah.
do. Like, it's not just your deadlift, it affects like your triple extension, it affects like everything, basically every
Yeah.
single movement. So it's the most annoying to rehab, I find.
Yeah. And I always find like, because my husband is my coach.
Oh, nice.
So when he puts something in my plan, and I'm doing like sandbag over yoke, and I'll have to record it and then I'll send it to him, and he'll be like, where's your triple extension? And I'm like, it's there, but because my back and where I'd injured it was like right at the bottom of my spine. So anything triple extension, like you said, and deadlifts, and sometimes even like my overhead press, I can
Yeah.
feel it. And it's like, it does limit you. But he's like, no, triple extension. I'm like, before I even want to get to the top, I'm going to be like completely broken. I
Yeah.
probably won't even get there because he would have broke me.
How do you find getting coached by a husband? I had someone on the other day, I had Amy on, who gets coached by her wife, and she like loved it. She was like, it's great being coached by my wife. I think it'd kill
So
me.
it has its highs and its lows, I would say. He is very passionate about this sport, and he's always been passionate about training and anything to do with like anything like physical. So if he sees that, or thinks, I like to say, if he thinks that I'm not putting in the work, he'll kind of like have a go at me and then be like, you didn't do it right. And I'm like, but I did. And he was like, no, you're not putting enough effort. You're not focusing. And I'm like, but I am.
I'm
This is me
trying.
focusing. But then it does have its highs because 9 out of 10, if I'm working on towards a PB, and depending on how my training goes up until that point,
Hmm.
he's very like accurate. He's like, yeah, you got PB come in, like, oh, you will do this. So he is very good in what he does. He does have obviously other clients as well. So they like Callie, I don't know if you know Callie.
I don't
Kelly
know.
Gold. Oh, she's gonna shoot me if I don't know her surname. Anyway, Kelly, I'm sorry. She is coached by my other half, and I think she's just so raw. She knows how to take my other half. He's quite a serious person when it comes to the sport,
Yeah.
and she just tells him to fuck off. She's like, "Fuck off, dickhead," and I'm like, "I can't say that. I
Can't
have
get
to
away
live
with
with
that.
him." But no, it like I said, it has its ups and its downs. And I think it's just one of those things where you have to get on. I think because he sees so much potential,
Hmm.
and he'll say to that person, whoever he's coaching, not just myself, like, you've got potential. Like, the reason why I'm hard on you is because I know you can go far. He was
Yeah.
like, even if I knew that you couldn't go far, I would still push you.
Yeah.
But because you've got potential to go far, he's like, I'm coming down on you like a ton of bricks. So I'm
Yeah.
like, great.
No rest days.
No.
It's all hard work. No, fair
Yeah,
enough. It's class. Yeah, I absolutely love that. I think it's cool having just like a decent family unit as well. Like, because you get that support so much easier, don't you, as well? Like, if you are
yeah,
having problems with the program or the training and stuff, like just being able to be like, oh, fuck, I'm fucked today, mate. Like, I can't do this. Like,
yeah,
and he'll be able to read you as to whether that's just like can't be asked or genuinely can't do it.
yeah, yeah. But most of the time he's like, no, you're not focused.
No
So yeah.
sympathy.
Yeah, that no, literally there is none. There's no sympathy. I mean, even praise. He's not one of these coaches where he is like soft,
Mm,
where some people need that praise type
yeah,
thing. He's one of those where it's if he sees something that impresses him, you'll get praise.
yeah.
Um, I think in one of my YouTube clips, I did the competition at Mayhem, and was it Mayhem? Yeah, I can't remember. We had a stone to shoulder, so you had a line of stones, and you had to obviously pick one, pick a weight, and then if you wanted to go up, you could go up, but you couldn't go lower. You had to go
Mhm.
higher type thing. So we started off at 80 and I got that, which we was getting in training anyway. And
Yeah.
he was like, right, let's jump into 95. And it was strange because normally when he just chucks things at me, I'm like, oh my God, and I start panicking. But I think because of the adrenaline rush that you get at a competition, you're like, yeah, I've got this. Let's
Yeah.
go. And I got the 95 kilo stone to shoulder. So because he never thought that I was going to get that, and neither did um, I think you see in the clip where he's videoing me, but his mum was videoing him and me doing the lift. He just kind of went, wow. And I see that and I was like, oh, that's the praise.
Yeah.
That's the praise from him. So yeah, he is one of those coaches that if something impresses him and you've done something like wow, then you'll get that praise.
Yeah.
He's not
Nice.
going to be like, oh, well done, even though it's not
Yeah, he's not babying you.
impressive. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think that's
yeah, he is.
important as well. Like, and you need to know like whether your clients are like that or not, because obviously it's just person dependent, isn't it? Some people deal really
Yeah.
well with being like constantly praised and encouraged, and others are just like, no, I'm not going to give you that because you're going to take the piss.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. He says what he thinks. He's very straight to the point.
Yeah.
And there's been times where I'm like, did you just really just say that? And he's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you can't say that. And he was like, but why not? Like, if it offends that person, it offends that person. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you can't say that. And he was like, well, I just did, so I can't take it back.
Too late now.
Yeah. So yeah, he's very to the point. There's no beating around the bush with him, which is good as well as a coach because not many people know how to take him, and
Yeah.
Callie obviously is one that knows how to take him. He's got another person that he coaches, and they just they know how to
Yeah.
take his personality, or as he calls it, that he calls himself charismatic.
I like the way that you said that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he
Not quite
classes
in
himself
agreement
as
there,
well.
maybe.
But yeah, I just look at him and I'm like, is that the word we're using?
Yeah, you
Is that?
sure about that?
But yeah,
Class. I love
so
that. Yeah, mint. So, what would you say to yourself then when you first started the sport? A little bit hindsight.
what would I first? I mean, I don't know. It's just what would I first say to myself?
What advice would you give to yourself now looking back?
I have no idea.
I'll rephrase it. Do you have any regrets in the sport so far?
Oh God, not so much in the sport. The big regret is not doing it sooner. I
Yeah.
should have done it sooner.
Yeah.
Um, with all the like, the past training, on the treadmill, have to be thin and stuff like that. I wish I had come across strongman and strong woman a lot sooner and done it a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Because, I'm getting old now.
I don't. To be fair, I don't think there's anybody in this sport that, if you ask them, would say, "Oh no, I joined it at exactly the right time." I think all of us are like, "Yeah, if I could
Yeah.
have started, if I'd known about this when I was younger." Like I was talking about it on the pod a couple of days ago with somebody, and we were saying like, if I knew about this when I was a child, like when I was at
Yeah.
school and didn't fit in because you were a bit bigger than everybody else, and it was just all a bit shit, and we were all PE dodgers. Like if I'd known about this back then, I'd have been fucking well on the train, like love for
Yeah.
it.
And I think as well, like, yet again, social media in today's world is such a big thing. And like, I look at things or search up things and how, like, the body image is. It's like, I remember, like, in the 2000s, it was, oh, skinny, you had to be thin and stuff. And like now, it's all about curves.
Yeah,
Everybody loves curves, and it's just like, well, why didn't they have this when I was growing up? Because then I wouldn't have been so body conscious. I
yeah,
mean, I'm naturally broader, bigger anyway. So I think my lowest that I've been weight wise, I was like 10 stone, but then my biggest, I was 20 stone. And then I've had complications in the middle, but then coming across strong woman now at the age that I am, I'm like, "Ah, do you know what? I love being like big but toned and having muscle and
yeah,
yeah, so I think social media is just it's a horrible platform to a degree because it sends so many mixed signals to young kids, as I know
hmm
from like experience back then. I mean, they didn't have it Instagram. It was more MySpace
yeah,
that I had. So yeah, it's a misconception. Is that the right word? No.
yeah. No,
Yeah? I don't know. I was
explain the
trying to
point.
say,
Explain the point.
I mean, I was trying to be intelligent, but it just didn't go in my favor.
We don't care about that here. I'm so dyslexic. I use the wrong words all the time, mate. Don't worry about
Oh, good,
it.
cool. Um, so yeah, and I'm hoping as time goes on, our daughter, she's 4, so she actually comes in the gym and she'll train.
Nice.
And that's pretty much all she's known. She's never really had a back garden.
Yeah,
So her back garden is our gym and that's what she knows. So
yeah,
from watching us train, like I think she was out there with Luke and was like, oh, I'm going to pick up this medicine ball, 5 kilo medicine ball, and put it on my shoulder. And she like put it on her shoulder, like put her hands away, and we didn't even need to tell her. So it is amazing what like kids soak up. So I'm hoping with her surroundings, she's not going to be body conscious because
yeah,
strong women are all different shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
Um, so that is kind of like another thing that I'm trying to like put across to our children that it don't matter.
yeah. 100%.
Obviously you don't want it to kind of affect your health, um but if you want to be bigger, you want to be muscular, you want to be toned, you want to be ripped, then go for it is what I say. So
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it is such a like generational shift, isn't it? Because obviously when we were
yeah,
kids, like the biggest thing I remember, and I remember posting this as like my Facebook fucking status at one point, was like the Kate Moss "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels," and now I look back at that and I just die inside. I'm like, as if I was like, I was one of those people that was like, yeah, I'll buy into this. Like,
yeah,
fucking, of course it does. And now I'm like, no, absolutely fucking not. But it'll be so cool to see like what kids are like in the next 10 or 20 years where that hasn't been drilled as much. It's been more of
yeah,
that, like, as it's now, everyone promoting being strong and being fit and being healthy over being just skinny.
yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the kids turn out
Yeah,
like.
I do actually worry about obviously as she gets older, it's going to be a completely whole new generation. So, like you said, it'll be interesting to see. But with me and her dad kind of training in our back garden, in our hut, like it's our house, this kind of, she's grown up around it, so I'm hoping she's going to go down to the strong woman side. So she's our strong girl in the house.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, I love it. And to be fair, like it's just cool that like we are the generation now that are sort of like progressing that change into like we've obviously all grown up with that bullshit before, and now we're like, no, like we're not going to let our kids deal with that.
Yeah,
Like, let's fucking promote actually being healthy instead of just looking a certain way as well.
yeah, no, 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So, any other strong woman, strong man bugs to bear, gossip to have, points to make?
No, other than obviously I have my own new YouTube channel.
Hell yeah.
So obviously we still have the Hogpen channel, which we'll still be doing, but then I have my own YouTube channel, which is literally going to be based around my day-to-day life and what I do for routine and food and meal preps and kids and then just how I kind of fit everything in. So there'll be certain days that I'll record where I think, okay, I've got a shitload to like a load to do. Like let's whip the camera out and just show people how I just manage that as well as training as well.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Hell
A little bit nerve-wracking. I still can't come to grips with talking in front of the camera. It's so weird.
yeah. It's a really difficult one, isn't it? But
And it
you
is,
get better and better with it.
but then I would have thought I would have got better already, considering that the Hogpen channel, we've had it for about a year.
Yeah, it's when it's on you though, when it's you personally, I
Yeah.
think it's much more stressful, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. And then I always say to my other half, I was like, it's you. It's you that makes me nervous because he's so like, and I'm like, it's him. It's definitely him. Definitely him. Although he's not here. He's at work and I'm trying to do an intro for my YouTube and I'm like, he's not even here. So maybe
Can't
it's
blame
not
him this
him.
time.
It's me.
Class. What was the inspiration behind setting up the YouTube channels then?
I think it was the competition I'd done last year and we kind of it was his idea. He said, "Oh, do you know what? Should we just do a YouTube channel of your journey?" And I was like, "Do you know what? It sounds a good idea because one we have at our home, so we can kind of do the pros and cons of having a home gym,
Yeah.
and just." If people were interested to kind of watch my journey so they can watch like the first ever video, which is cringy as hell, to how it's progressed. And then when I get to top, they can go, oh my God, she's done. So it's, yeah, it's like a diary, so to speak. And
Yeah.
it's the same with my channel. It will be, like I said, the day-to-day stuff. And it's, oh wow, like, so she's top tier now, but she has all this other stuff in the background going on. So it's kind of showing both sides to
Yeah.
my, oh, well, our world. And that if you want something, go and get it.
Yeah.
If you want it
Absolutely.
that much, you'll work for it. Despite everything that you have going on, you will always find a way to get to your goal. So I'd
Yeah.
say just, it's kind of a point of don't lose focus. Um, because it is anything is achievable.
Yeah, I fucking love
So
that. No, it's class, and I think the more people that do that in Strong Woman, the better. To be honest, like there's so much space in this community for promotion of like women in the sport that I think it's super important. I fucking love that you've done it. Like I'm fully behind anything with like that sort of vibe.
yeah, and I think most people think that, you know, I can't even put it into words because I don't want to offend anybody. So like obviously I'm technically a stay-at-home mum. So yeah, I have a lot of free time and I can fit most things in, but we've got 4 kids between us. So some of them have activities after school, so they do football training, kickboxing. I take them to that. So it's some people go, oh yeah, you've got all this free time, so you can do that. No, it's not just about the free time that I have. It's
Yeah,
about the time that I can fit in that day and still succeed and go national.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just juggling, and that's what it basically is just to show men and women that women can do it as
Yeah,
well as men.
absolutely. Yeah, I fucking love that. It's class. Absolutely
So
buzzing. Well, well done for fucking going and doing it, mate. Like,
thank you. Although I get like anxious, I'm like, oh god, the camera.
no, the more the better, and I think it's a big like missing strong woman at the moment is like the amount of YouTube channels. I've said this so many times on the fucking podcast now, people will be bored of hearing it, but like when I first started, I remember scouring the internet for like podcasts or videos of like women doing this, and there was like little
No.
bits and pieces here and there, whereas now like there's so much. Like if you're coming into the sport now and you were like, fuck, I need to just learn a bit more about it and about the people in it, there's a plethora of information now for
Yeah.
these women, which is just fucking cool, and it makes it more accessible and easier for people to get into the sport, I feel.
Yeah. I do find there isn't many strong women YouTubers. So
Yeah,
there isn't many. I think that's probably the next step um that needs to happen because
100%.
I mean it's all being well like I mean my husband, he always puts YouTube on and it'll always be male. I mean, I'm not sexist or anything. I love watching it, but sometimes I'm not that I get bored, but it'd just be nice to see a female on YouTube promoting the sport as well.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I'd love to see Donna Moore on YouTube. Like she's my all-time favorite.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like seeing her on YouTube and yet again, it could be a day-to-day thing, it could be a training thing, or you know, just information and you know, Lucy Underdown and stuff like that. So I think that is the next step that needs to come in this world is, you
Yeah,
know, having more strong women maybe do YouTube. And that is another reason why we started doing what we're doing because
hell
there
yeah.
isn't many out there.
Yeah,
So hopefully I'll be that level of oh yeah, Misha Lilley, the strong woman. Let's type her in YouTube
hell yeah, hell
and
yeah.
kind of get the ball rolling. So yeah, I think that's the only thing I would say. They need more females to do YouTube content
Yeah, I totally
on
agree.
it. So
It's an untapped platform at this point. Like there is some really good YouTube channels. Like I know Chloe's got her own, and I think
oh yeah,
was it Erin Murray was doing a one for a little bit as well. I don't know if that's still running, but like there's a few, but there's not
yeah,
enough. There's definitely room
no.
for more.
Yeah, oh, 100%. I mean, Chloe, I subscribe to Chloe's and you know, I'm always watching her content, but like you say, there is definitely room for more.
Yeah.
And it needs to happen now.
Hell yeah. If you're listening to this, I've done it a couple of times on the podcast as well, trying to convince people to like set up YouTubes or podcasts and stuff like that. And if you are listening and you think, oh, I've got a good idea, I'd be able to do that, then fucking hit us up. Like, I'm more than happy to share information on how to do it because the more we share, the better it gets for everybody. Like,
Yeah,
there's no point in gatekeeping because the community's too small to gatekeep at this point.
yeah,
Like, so we might as well share information and get everybody as high as possible, like, as
yeah,
much as
no,
we
I
can.
agree. Completely agree. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, motivational shit, boys. Class. Right, well, let's move on and ruin this very serious, sensible, motivational vibe and do the final part of the podcast, which is the silly goose section.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
Everybody's favourite. So, do you have a silly goose you'd like to bring to the table?
Do you know what? When you sent me about like, you know, the list that you say, and I was like, silly goose, literally for the past 2 weeks I've been thinking and I'm like, right, what can I silly goose? And I was just like, yeah, mine's gone blank.
That's fine. I feel like a lot of people do because it's such a broad spectrum question. So, but usually what I find is once we start the silly goose, people will come up with their own throughout it.
Okay.
So the silly goose, I'm on a bit of a riddle vibe at the moment, and this is Jess Tate's fault. So blame Jess Tate for adding riddles into this section. But I was looking at riddles this morning to see if I could ask you a riddle and see if you could guess the answer.
Oh God. Go on. Go
So
on.
my riddle for you is: what has a head and a tail, but no body?
What
So
has a
this,
head and a
Yeah.
tail, but no body.
So it's gonna be a tricky one because obviously we talk about animals a lot on this podcast, but it's not an animal. I'll give you that as a little clue.
What has a head and a tail? I feel like I should know the answer. Like, I feel like it's in my brain, but it's just not coming forward for me to actually say the answer. It has a head and a tail, but no body.
I feel like riddles are my definite new favourite thing, and I'm gonna just keep doing them now. And what makes it even
I
funnier
mean, if
is
you're gonna get a gauntlet confused, it's like, when you think about something and you have like all these things going and rummaging around my brain. That's how my brain is right now. What
it's
has
like
a
just an
head?
ADHD brainstorm of like
Yeah.
crazy.
What has a head and a tail, but no body? Oh, I don't know.
See, Jess got me with one the other day, and I recorded the podcast with him a couple of weeks ago now, and she asked me a riddle. I can't repeat it because I can't remember, to be honest, what it was. But, well, no, I do remember what it was, but I don't want to hash it out on here without having it written down in front of me. But she asked me, and I still don't know the answer now, and it's fucking pissing me off. So I'm posting her episode tomorrow on Friday, so I'm going to put the reel out tonight, and hopefully, I really hope someone comments the answer, because I'm still none the wiser, and she won't tell me, and it's just annoying me now. But yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately, I can't tell you, so you're just going to have
wow.
to sit on that. Yeah, I'm going to leave
There's
these
a head
open-ended
and a
riddles on the
tail.
podcast just to piss people off. It's one of them as well. Once you get it, you'll be like, fuck, so annoying.
Yeah. Oh, that's really annoying me. It's already annoying me, the fact that you hadn't even told me the answer. What has a head and a tail, but no body? Has no body, but has a head and a tail.
Yeah. I'll leave you to ponder it. My other
Cheers.
question that I can also recycle from Jess Tate's podcast, because she didn't have one, is, do you have any irrational superstitions?
Probably.
Are you a superstitious person?
I don't know. Do you know what? Who asked me that the other day? Someone asked me that. Oh, are you quite rational?
Mm.
And I'm like, it depends. It depends each day. Like, I've got different
Yeah.
personalities, so it kind of stems on the day.
Fair. See, I'm not a superstitious person, but that's because I was born on Friday the 13th. So, like, put a ladder in front of me, I'll just walk under it. Like, I couldn't give a flying fuck. But I know some people can be a bit funny about superstitions. Like, they wouldn't break a mirror. I just think, couldn't give a fuck. What's going to happen? What's the worst that could happen now?
I mean, it's saying that, like, when I was a kid, like, if you're with a group of friends and you go over like free drains,
Oh,
they
yeah.
like grab you, and I'm like, it's just fucking free drains. What's it gonna do? You, but what if you fall in it? And I'm like, well, if I fall in it, I fall in it.
Yeah, I've had that before where, yeah, I've walked over free drains and people are like, don't do that. And I'm just like, I was born on Friday the 13th, mate. Nothing bad can happen to me. I am the superstition.
But yeah, no, as for you said about the ladder, I don't walk under ladders, but not because like of any kind of guru stuff. It's more the health and safety.
You're just too logical of a person. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
very
like,
fair.
no, don't walk, because the ladder might not be stable enough, and it could slide down and squash you.
That's
Like,
such a
there's
mum
no.
attitude, that, isn't it? That's a proper mum attitude.
So yeah, no, it's more that really. But no, it can depend on the day, because sometimes I'll take the piss, and if my son goes over the free drains, or even if he's not going over the free drains, I'll just push him onto the three drains, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, you've crossed over three drains now. It's bad luck." And he'll just look at me and go, "Mum, you idiot." I'm like, "Well."
Just use superstitions to wind the kids up. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
This is why I could never have kids, because that would be my entire life. I just spend the entire time winding them
Just
up.
picking on them.
Yeah,
Annoying them.
There's a girl on Instagram, and I see her quite a lot, and she just tells them lies all of the time. Like, she just fills them with like bullshit, and then they go and tell other people, and it's so fucking funny. But you're probably borderline on a bit of child abuse there. Another reason for me never to have children. But anyway, we are where we are. Right, well, lovely stuff. Thank you so much for being on the pod. Do you have any final words? Anything you'd like to plug? Where can people find you? All that sort of jazz.
So obviously I am across social media. So on Instagram and YouTube, and I am on TikTok. TikTok's a bit of like a hit and miss. So my main platforms are Instagram. And obviously, if you want to catch up on what I'm up to training wise or my day-to-day routine, then go onto the Hog Pen, or it is the other channel is Misha Lilley. No, Strong Woman Misha Lilley, I think it is, or Misha Lilley. Just type in Misha Lilley, and if you see this face, hit
You've
that
got it.
subscribe button. Yeah, or the follow button on Instagram.
Hell yeah. I'll add all the tags below in the show notes, so if anyone wants to find you and follow along, they'll all be under there ready to go.
Oh, perfect. But no, thank you very much for this opportunity. It's been great. I did see your story and I was just like, oh, I'll do it.
Hell yeah. Honestly, like, I was saying this before, I got to a point where I just didn't have any guests and I was like, fuck. And I do ask quite a few people, but
Yeah.
people's schedules and all that stuff, it's quite difficult to deal with. And like, I've been sort of flying on the seat of my pants, just like getting an interview and then putting it out that week. And I thought I need to get a bit of a backlog together because this is actually quite a lot of hard work. So when I put that story out, I got so many people, but it's been fucking class. Like, I'll have episodes now till next year. So
oh wow, that's good. Yeah, no, because I see it and then I was like, right, I'll share it because obviously there's a few of the girls that I've competed in competitions with on my social media. So I was just like, share it.
Hell yeah, we love that.
So, but no, it's been good, and probably had a dumb moment somewhere, but you know, that's just me.
You're absolutely fine. No. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
No problem, and we will see you all on the next one. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Strong Woman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little like free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!